It's only been days since the National Guard seized control of Washington, D.C., and already the dam is starting to crack. Sources inside D.C., policemen and women who've been forced to bury the truth for years are finally speaking out. They say that with the Guard in charge, the political leash is off, and they're done covering for the powerful. What they're revealing is explosive, high-profile crimes scrubbed from history. Seth Rich, Pizzagate, and the cases that you're not supposed to ask about. Andrew Breitbart, conservative firebrand, constant thorn in the side of the political elite, didn't simply drop dead at 43. He collapsed on the street days after vowing to release damaging footage of Barack Obama, and after becoming the first to publicly link John Podesta to trafficking networks. They called it natural causes, but DC police whistleblowers say it was something else, a hit, and the order came from deep inside the Capitol. Tonight, we tell the story they tried to bury, at a moment when the last thing Barack Obama needs is for it to surface. Before we dive in, a quick word about our partner, VP.net, the next generation of private browsing. VP.net is the only VPN designed with true zero-logging architecture. That means, unlike other VPNs, it literally can't track you. So even if governments or bad actors come knocking, there's nothing to hand over. It's that simple. Your data stays yours, period. Elected in 2008 on promises of hope and change, Obama delivered something very different: chaos. Before him, there was no ISIS, no BLM, no Antifa, no nationwide war on cops. Obama wasn't just another politician, he was a trained Marxist, placed to sow division, weaken America, and fast-track its decline. In DC, the rules are different for the powerful. The cops know it, everybody knows it. If you're part of the protected class, the badge is your shield. And serious crimes get swept under the rug as a matter of course. That's how it's always been. But with the National Guard now calling the shots, some inside the department see an opening. They've had enough. They're ready to spill what they've been sitting on for years. And when they do, it's going to get ugly. Pizzagate, Seth Rich, the kind of leaks that can't be walked back. But before we get there, we have to talk about Andrew Breitbart, the man who saw through Barack Obama long before the rest of America even knew to look. At CPAC on the 10th of February 2012, Andrew Breitbart let something slip. Maybe by accident, maybe not. Fired up from a day of conversations and the energy of the crowd, he blurted out that in March he would reveal explosive evidence on Barack Obama. Pictures, video, documents. Proof that Obama wasn't who he claimed to be. The details he gave were enough to send the crowd into a frenzy and to make the media's hair stand on end.
It's over. There's no such thing as a moderate Democrat. And so what do we get now in Barack Obama? Well, I've got videos, by the way. This election, we're going to vet him. I've got videos. This election, we're going to vet him from his college days to show you.
In 2012, Breitbart had damning videos from Obama's past that could have destroyed his re-election chances. Then, Breitbart was suddenly gone, and the tapes were buried. The public never saw the truth. Instead, we got Mitt Romney, a weak opponent and fellow globalist who practically handed Obama a second term on a silver platter.
The videos are going to come out. The narrative is going to come out that Barack Obama met a bunch of silver ponytails back in the 1980s, like Bill and Bernadine Dorn, who, equally radical, said one day we're going to have the presidency, and the rest of us slept while they plotted and they plotted and they plotted, and they oversaw hundreds of millions of dollars in the Annenberg Challenge, and they had real money from real capitalists who gave it on to their children and their children's children, and then they become communists. We got to work on that. We got to work on that. That's a parenthesis. Barack Obama is a radical. We should not be afraid to say that. Okay? And Barack Obama was launched from Bill and Bernadine's salon. I've been there. It became a self-evident truth to me that there's zero chance that this incredible chef did not cook many a meal for Barack Obama. Don't tell me ABC, CBS, and NBC I don't have the that I can't posit that theory, because it's a self-evident truth. Just like it was a self-evident truth that he was with Jeremiah Wright, and just as it's a self-evident truth that when he was at Harvard, he was advocating for the worst of the worst to join the faculty. Radicals radicals at Beirut on the Charles.
Breitbart was ahead of his time, digging into Obama's best-kept secrets long before anybody else knew where to look, and uncovering the threads that would later explode into what the world knows as Pizzagate, years before the name even existed.
All the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, fuck you. War.
His intensity was unmatched, and it scared people, friends, enemies, and some even in his own camp. But Breitbart understood the stakes. He knew the level of depravity and evil operating just beneath the surface, even if most Americans had no idea what they were really up against.
This is a concerted effort. This is a concerted effort. Politics of personal destruction. Fuck you, John Podesta.
All right, well, you see where I'm coming from.
Okay, yeah.
When I talk, that's because I'm interested in this ongoing whatever the hell they're doing.
What's in your closet, John Podesta? Big Podesta? Big Soros? Do you want us to play these games? Because we're playing to win.
Breitbart died just days after publicly exposing Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, and Barack Obama as frauds and monsters. People with skeletons in their closets that could end careers and topple empires. Just another coincidence? Not according to elements within Washington's police. But first, let's review the facts. On the night of March the 1st, 2012, Andrew Breitbart left home just after 10 p.m. for his usual walk with his dog. He stopped at a neighbourhood bar for a glass of wine, chatted with regulars, and left a little after 11 p.m. Minutes later, just down the street, he stepped off the curb and collapsed like a sack of potatoes, a witness said. The man who rushed to help him noticed something strange. From the neckline up, Breitbart's head was glowing bright red. An ambulance arrived within 10 minutes. By midnight, Andrew Breitbart, 42 years old, pure firebrand energy, always at 120 miles per hour, was pronounced dead. It happened just one day before he was set to drop what he called game-changing evidence on Barack Obama. Video evidence of illegality and treason that, according to Andrew, would have destroyed Obama's reputation and changed the outcome of the 2012 election. They thought Breitbart's death was the end of the story, but they're wrong. Because the trail he left behind, names, files, connections, didn't die with him. In fact, thanks to the police, some of it is starting to resurface. And what's in those files? Let's just say it's enough to shake Washington to its core. We'll get into that right after this important word from our sponsor.